I want to ask you this question, Clarence, specifically. I feel like we are tackling both of those problems out there. Mbappe and Vinicius, like they are in tandem. They work hand in hand. I feel like so. Clarence, this is your question. Uh, if you were Real Madrid, who would you prioritize keeping, Vinicius or Mbappe? Because Vinicius, he has been at the club. He has been the servant for you, for that club. He has won trophies for them. But Mbappe, you would argue Mbappe is the bigger player, probably the better player because look at his pedigree. Who,
Yeah.
as Real Madrid, would you prefer to keep in the club?
If at this point where they are right now, looking at the kind of team they have, I'd stick with Vinicius Jr. because he's been there 8 years. He's come and he's met Ronaldo. He's met all the other past players who have won the Champions League. He's also won the Champions League with Real Madrid. He's gone through like tooth and nail to fight for the first place, to wear that jersey, to be proud of it, score goals in big moments, win them the big trophies. I'd stick with Vinicius because he's done what he's needed to be a Real Madrid star, right? And
Yeah,
it will not be fair to let him go to bring in another player who has the same profile as him. And at the end of the day, when he wants a contract extension, seeing how he's accomplished a lot of things for the club, and he says he wants the same salary as that player, I'd say you listen to his demands and you give in. Because at this point in time, you look at it and you look at Vinicius and you be like, this is somebody who could have won the Ballon d'Or for you guys,
yeah,
right? He's won you, I think, 2 Champions Leagues, if I'm correct, right, at Real Madrid. So you're looking at
Yeah.
him and you're like, yeah, let's keep him because when he was here, he showed us he developed become the star talent that we need. You brought in a different player who is similar to him to try and come and fit in the team, and all of a sudden things are not working out. Are you ready to actually give up somebody who's worked for your team to bring in a different player? That's the question they should be asking themselves. Like, no shade to Mbappe, he's a great player, no denying it. But you're looking at the current Real Madrid squad and who it fits. You have to go for the one who's already been there. Don't sacrifice him for a different player who has already come in and is also still adapting. I hope that's clear to you
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Okay, I feel like you've raised quite a good point, and I wouldn't argue with any of the points that you've mentioned. Uh, but to be fair, Mbappe, I mean Mbappe is Mbappe. But then again,
Yeah,
you have a loyal servant like Vinicius. You can't betray his trust like that.
yeah,
And if like both of them, you could argue like if they were in separate teams, you could argue they would be competing for like the same Ballon d'Or trophy. But like since they are both in one team right now, it's like the team has to prioritize one of them to do that. And Mbappe, we all know his role is like his preferred role is not a number nine, and
yeah,
he's just doing a job for them there. If the job he's doing is quite significant, so he has like what 30 something goals this season. It's
yeah.
respectable. Okay, okay, so like right now, we've talked about Mbappe, we've talked about Vinicius. Vinicius has not yet renewed his contract. What
Yeah.
team can take a player like Vinicius right now in world football? Because firstly, let's look at Europe. If Vinicius wants to compete and win a Ballon d'Or, he will need to stay in Europe. But then again, what team can pay the type of salary demands you'll be asking for? What team will be able to cope with the type of ego that he's coming with? And like, what team will be there to serve his needs and like serve him as the star player? I feel like
Mm.
his best bet is going out of Europe, like going to Saudi Arabia or something. If you guys have a different opinion, like, what do you think?